Face back. Dun dun dun. Anyways, it's a nice fire, and I definitely needed one. Wish you could see the stars back there. That beautiful night out here tonight, so far anyway. I've went out this afternoon with a chainsaw and chopped up some of the dead wood lying around on the ground, and can't quite see it there, but there's a wheelbarrow full of wood to last tonight and tomorrow. But got a nice little fire going there before it gets too. The coolest we have is around 12 degrees. Might actually have to put a blanket on. I'm kidding, I do have a blanket, but you know, the dogs do help. A little shortly, I'm sure. Don't even know how well you can hear me when I'm rambling like this, but thought I'd jump online. It's been a while. I know there goes Simba. When I say a while, it's been like, maybe an hour. So much going on at the moment. So much going on. Part of which is the election. So as some of you know, I am in a political party and fully support that political party, though some of their views I don't 100% get behind, but I've yet to see a political party unless it's of my own making that does that. So, and that's the Australian Democrats. We would appreciate if in the election you voted for. That's all volunteers and it's all our own time and money. And we don't expect to get anyone in the Senate, but it'd be good to get 4% of the vote, because that means that some of the money that we put into the campaign actually comes back. If you get more than 4%, then the Australian Electoral Commission will reimburse you the funds that you used for the campaign. If you don't get 4% of the vote, then that money's lost. Them's the rules. Not a fan of Liberals at all. I used to vote Liberal. Why did I used to vote Liberal? Because I didn't see myself as working class, I guess. When I first started voting, I had no idea, and we're not really taught, unless schools changed, about the voting system. Liberal, national, all that stuff. Because it does change quite a lot, and of course as kids we don't really give a shit. Same as we don't understand the importance of a good education. Not that that hurt me too badly anyway, because I didn't have many friends to distract me. And certainly the extracurricular activities were heavily controlled by the parents. So it is what it is. But yes, please vote one. Australian Democrats would be appreciated. Liberals, we say Liberals, but it's actually a coalition of the Liberal and National Party, and the National Party are their poor cousins. And the only reason we have that coalition these days is that by themselves they will never get in as a dominant party. But then when they do get in as a dominant party, all they do is put Liberal policies out. They don't put national policies out. And I hate to tell you this, people, but the Liberals don't give a shit about you. They give a shit about their rich mates. And small businesses, yes, I can see why small businesses might appreciate the Liberals, because you don't have minimum wage and penalty rates and all that horrible stuff which makes you having to pay a reasonable wage to people, which cuts into your bottom line. So I can definitely appreciate that, but at the end of the day, they really don't give a shit about you. And let's face it, a lot of you probably got your trade skills from going to a fucking large unionised shop that taught you how to do everything. And as much as I hate them in some ways, we need them in others. You can't out unions, the bigwigs and the CEOs and all those C-level execs who do not belong to unions would make you fucking, you'd be slaves. That's all there is to it. All those things that we take for granted, which obviously that's in people's minds because we're on a long weekend. Oh my god, I've got to pay more for coffee. Well, someone's working on a weekend. That's their penalty rate. That's how it works. And they're usually fucking hiring 16-year-olds anyway, so they pay them 50 cents more. Anyway, your sick leave, your maternity leave, your paternity leave if you're lucky enough to have it. Generally speaking, a lot of people work 5 days a week. You know, the whole Monday to Friday and weekends. Okay, well, fucking business for his own profit. He realised he couldn't sell. Unions have given to people. Unfortunately, they do get too strong and too powerful. So there needs to be, as with all these things, guardrails. And if you end up with the bad people or the wrong people in the right spots, then they're fucked. That's just the way of the world, no matter what it is. So there needs to be more guardrails as well, but belong to the Liberals. So as Juice Media, or the shit light party, which is Labor, because they're both of the mining conglomerates who are ripping us dry. And what do you think's going to happen when they're dry? When we're dry, when they've taken everything they can out of their soil, floundering like the UK and other friggin' Norway and those other countries who've had to dig themselves out of the shit, who have welfare systems which are no longer being paid for because they're asset gains, which look good on paper and in election polls, but no long-term we should aspire to. And if you vote One Nation, you're not a friend of mine. I don't want to speak to you. You're a racist prick. Sorry, but that's just all there is to it. One Nation is just wow. He calls out to the basest fear, and if you can't get over that, then unfriend me, please. There's nothing wrong with immigrants. Yes, we need to look after ourselves first, but it's difficult when the government over decades has fucked us over for their own fucking bottom dollar. That's not something that can be fixed overnight. And pointing the finger at immigrants is like, it's them, they're different. It's their fault. No, it's not their fault. They're just trying to have a life as much as anyone else. And building houses is not the solution, because all that people do when they build houses is that it's sold to friggin' investors. And we're still at square one. How does that lower the house price? How does it make it affordable for people coming into the market. Oh, we'll give discounts to first home buyers. Well, how does it make that affordable for everyone else who's trying to work their way up the tree? No. You have a bigger issue with regards to capital gains tax, with regards to negative gearing that needs to be brought in line, and with regards to friggin' means tested. The Greens are ideological. To me, they fall in the same category as Greenpeace. They're hacktivists. They, have this massive ideal, and that's just not how the world works. And the world won't work. It can't work with some of their ideals. They live in their little organic world bubble. And organic is bullshit. It's marketing. Organic is stepping back from technology. It's going backwards in time, using which aren't as nutritious, and you've got to use. It's just retarded. Oh, but we haven't put like glyphosate or something on there. We haven't put glyphosate or one of these, man-made synthetic poisons. Yeah, the ones that will actually do the job. Friggin' hell. And they charge you for a privilege. If you buy organic, you are being ripped off. Save your money. Just get normal food. The more there is to push to use organic stuff, the more we waste resources, which we are rapidly running out of, and we have been for decades, we know this, but we waste space, valuable farmland space, how is that valuing, improving life? I don't even know how much is getting through. I keep seeing that the transmission is crap because of latency issues, and it's like it's a freaking clear sky here. I can see the Milky Way. Whatever. I need to throw some more wood in that fire or give it a shuffle. All I can say is vote 1 Australian Democrats. Yay! Maybe we'll get back in there. I doubt it. We got blown away years ago because we believe in conscience votes, where you can vote what you want to vote regardless of the party line. And that caused some internal disturbances, and we lost our way. That was before my time. So now I'm here, so fix it. Vote 1 Australian Democrats. Yay! Bye!